Please welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovely.
I came across this video on my For You, and I thought to share where black people are finally coming together, uniting. And there's this particular stitch I put up here by a black American brother sending a very strong message to a rich man, trying to make him to really think through before considering doing whatever he feels that he's going to do to Ibrahim Traore. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. All right.
My African family, and million y'all know right now, most of us in America do not agree with this man right here and what he's doing on behalf of America, trying to destabilize the country and demonize Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso. They ain't got nothing to do with us. As a matter of fact, this man right here is a living example of how what they do there internationally in y'all countries, you see what I'm saying? When they able to pick and find different individuals to do their dirty work and make sure that the democratically elected officials in y'all country is being criminalized and having they justified invading y'all countries. Right now, this man is trying to talk down on Ibrahim Traore and saying that the reason why he took the gold reserves from his colonizers is because he trying to take the gold for himself. This is the type of language that starts to swirl around and then it becomes the reason why we should invade a country. As a matter of fact, I looked this man up right here. He from Shreveport, Louisiana. You feel me? Graduated from University of North Texas in, UTA, you know what I'm saying? University of Texas, Arlington. Got a master's degree in national security. Why would he be picked to be the head of African and he has a master's degree in national security? Oh, got a whole bunch of experience too in doing different platoons and going in invading and destabilizing countries. Then I seen a little video of him, The video is somebody asking him about coups and about training individuals to go and, you know what I'm saying, take over countries. And his responses was very curious, to say the least. All I want to say is to my people in West Africa specifically, if this man, you know what I'm saying, is one of the reasons why they didn't had any assassination attempts on, listen, us African Americans, we do not stand by what this man doing. As a matter of fact, I'm almost appalled what he's doing, you feel me, at the international. I'm not surprised, I'm appalled because his sisters and brothers and nephews and nieces, they in America right now dealing with what they commander-in-chief Trump is doing, and they making it where your kids don't even, or your family won't even have access to higher education to make it where they can get a master's degree in national security. Funny how the degrees always don't matter, and the academia is bad, except for when you get one in national security and you can help the empire forward way instead of natural resources, especially when it comes to countries in Africa. And the last thing I say about this, y'all seen the internal link between African countries having independence and autonomy over their own natural resources and its relationships to American stability. I.e., if they control their own shit, that causes instability for America. Now remember, they looking for the gold reserves here in America, Remember, you know what I'm saying? You see my little, you know, we got 10 carats right there, a little 14 right there. But listen though, we know that they was looking in them gold reserves and there was rumors around that they might not have that gold in there. I got a little hypothesis, you know what I'm saying, it can be proven true or false, you know what I mean, that the gold they've been evaluating and valuing at whatever number they got, that's not really in there. They've been already plotting on this, man, because ain't no way they're gonna let an African control African resources. It's gotta be controlled by France. It's gotta be controlled by America. If they got gold over there, some type of European Western country gotta be the main beneficiary, or else it causes instability to the whole entire globe, and we can't have that. So we gotta go find us an African American that look like them to be able to do our dirty work, because if they come out of his mouth, it'll be a little bit more believable, won't it? Education is innovation, no it won't. Shout out to Africa, man.
Rock this hat proudly, and that will never change. And for the people who follow me, I've said it before, I stand 10 toes down with DJT. I believed, and I still believe, he is the one to do what? Make America great again. However, not everyone in the administration is gonna do shit that's gonna sit well with a lot of Americans. And I would like to remind my president, sir, the other day you said something. When you said Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein were, or the world would have been better, or their area would have been better if the United States didn't intervene and come up with this crime that they think these guys were doing before they terminated them. Now, we all heard of that weapon of mass destruction that the warmongers imagined in their head, and because of that, hundreds of thousands of United States sons and daughters, military personnel lost their lives to a senseless war that's been going since then, and it haven't stopped. When Obama took out Gaddafi for simply putting his people first, his country first, his nation first, when that man turned the desert into a tropical oasis with his wells. But because Obama saw that and saw the difference and the potential in this region in Africa, he decided to paint this guy into a bad guy and eliminated him. Well, now we have a situation again where Mr. President Ibrahim Traore out of Burkina Faso is simply doing what you, for his people, what you are doing for yours. Because let's be completely honest, for years, his people were the ones crawling through the rocks and the stones and the mountains, pulling out these very critical and important rare earth minerals and being exploited by people that their nation have been thriving for years because of these rare earth minerals coming out of Burkina Faso, all while the people of Burkina Faso are still the typical stereotype of what Africa looked like. Sir, just like you sat back and watch China and other European countries take advantage of the United States tax-paying citizens because our leaders couldn't, they just didn't have the balls to put their foot down and say Americans are first no matter what. But sir, you were the exception. You were the one who stepped out and said, this ends here. No more will China take advantage of us. No more will Europe and the European Union take advantage of us. No more will we pump out money out of our tax-paying dollars, out of our tax-paying citizens into the pockets and for security and safety of other countries, all while they sit around and talk shit about we the United States people. You were the one who said this will happen no more. Sir, Ibrahim Traore out of Burkina Faso have not only brought back life to Burkina Faso, he's bringing back agriculture, he's bringing back manufacture, he's bringing back the life, the breath, the success that Burkina Faso had since day one, just like the United States have since day one. Sir, I remember when you said you just want these nations to be independent and do their own thing, be strong for their people. Ibrahim Traore is trying to do that for his people, while you are trying to do just that for your people. And for some reason, these warmongers are trying to have you dip into this situation where now they want to paint Ibrahim Traore as a bad guy simply for looking out for his people. Sir, I want you to see this. You and Ibrahim Traore are doing the same thing for your people. This should be a situation where you shine light on Burkina Faso and their leader, Ibrahim Traore. This is not the situation where you pull an Obama or you pull whoever it was, the Bush, that started some ongoing war and try to tear down a nation that's just finally got the opportunity to have someone who is looking out for them. Sir, just focus on the job you have at hand, making America great again, and let Ibrahim Traore make Burkina Faso great, because they've never been great because of the people they've had before him. Boy, I rock.
The way that people of Africa
All right, man, let's get to it. So this is the brother, General AG, president of Mali. I'm here to give this brother his flowers, man, because he don't get enough recognition. General AG was the first president in 2020 to overthrow the French government. You know what I'm saying? And actually start the revolution of what you're seeing right now in West Africa, particularly, you know what I'm saying, the Sahel region. This brother right here is the reason why all this is going on, you know what I'm saying, in West Africa. He actually set the tone. He's the blueprint behind what's going on in Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and also Chad now. You know what I'm saying? So this brother deserves his flowers, man. Shout out to General AG, man. We see you, brother, and we're going to give you your flowers, man. Let's see what the brother AG had to say pertaining to the French government. Let's see what he's talking about. So this is what General AG had to say about the French government. He said, I fought side by side with the French army, patrolled with them, listened to their radios, and what I saw broke my heart. When danger came, we Malalians were sent to the front. If there was no threat, they called it RAS, nothing to report. But when we were attacked, they shrugged it off as this is war, they said. Hundreds of our soldiers died while French soldiers remained untouched. I'll never forget the day near Kidal, we could almost taste victory. But then orders came, do not enter Kidal. Some of us tried to move forward. They threatened to shoot us in the head. That day I cried like a child. Later I watched with my own eyes the French handing fuel and pickup trucks to the rebels. They smiled at us as if mocking our suffering. Hold on. He said when we spoke up, they betrayed us, even setting us up to be arrested by rebels. On their radios, they celebrated mission accomplished. Despite everything, I never gave up. They tried to break us, but instead they made us stronger. I trained harder, studied the battlefield, and learned the truth. Mali's future is in our hands, not in theirs. I know the North like the back of my hand, and I know who the real enemies are. And I swear, with my brothers in arms, we will liberate Mali. We are not politicians. We are not puppets. We are liberators. Mali is rich land full of promise, and together we will make it shine. Come on, man. Salute to General AG, man. This brother deserves his flowers. Like I said, he was the one, you know what I'm saying, that started the revolution. What you see what's going on in the Sahel region in 2020. He's the one, he's the blueprint behind everything that's going on right now. So Get that brother his flowers, man. Hey, shout out to the millennium people. Shout out to the people of Mali. Shout out to the President, General AG. We watching, we paying attention. As your brother from America, a foundational black American, I want to salute you, bro. And you got my support. And I'm standing in solidarity with the people of Mali. And I'm standing in solidarity with General AG. Let's see.
Uh-oh, I know y'all knew this video was coming. See, it's the Uncle Tom and Uncle Ruckus sellouts like this man right here that's been over there married to this white lady in France all this damn time, and they gonna go against the grain on your own kind, all because he ran them colonizers up out of there, all because he stood up and made friends go back home, and then you want to kiss their ass because you married to a lady from France. Don't nobody respect nobody like you, man. You are what Africa do not need. You are not a leader. You are a sellout, my guy, and we don't respect you out here. And when I come to Africa, I hope we overthrow you too, because you don't deserve to be the president anywhere in the world. You ain't nothing but a peasant to them motherfucking France people, man. Real talk. It made me angry just looking at you, man. You hate to see another great black man in power, another black man that they actually respect, somebody that is doing great things, that is actually changing the way of African nations has been running all these years. I cannot stand you, buddy. And one thing about Traore, he gonna keep surviving in those attempts, but after a while, it won't be no more attempts once we start getting rid of the cowards like you and that.
I've been hearing a lot of things about Burkina Faso lately and their new president, Ibrahim Traore, and he seems to be doing a lot of good things for his country. Can you tell me anything that he has done lately?
Under President Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso has been making some notable strides. One of the big projects is the construction of the Ouagadougou-Donson Airport, which is set to open in 2025 and aims to handle around 1 million passengers a year. He's also focused on boosting the country's economic independence by inaugurating a state-of-the-art gold mine and stopping the export of unrefined gold to Europe, which helps keep more value within the country. Overall, his administration seems to be pushing for greater infrastructure development and economic self-sufficiency.
Why does the U.S. feel the need to intrude on his gold?
A lot of it comes down to strategic interests and resource control. Gold is a valuable resource and a key component of global financial systems. When a country like Burkina Faso takes steps to control its own resources and reduce reliance on Western markets, it can shift the economic and geopolitical balance. The US and other major powers often want to maintain influence over resource-rich regions to secure their own economic interests and ensure access to critical materials. This dynamic can create tension when a nation asserts more control over its own resources. So it's a mix of economic, political, and strategic factors that drive that kind of involvement.
But it seems like the U.S. is gunning for him, or a lot of people are gunning for him, considering he has survived many assassination attempts. Can you tell me anything about that?
You're right. President Ibrahim Traore has indeed faced multiple assassination attempts. For instance, in April 2025, 9 individuals were arrested for plotting to kill him. His rapid push for economic reforms and greater national autonomy likely challenges certain established interests, which can make him a target for both internal and external opposition. Leaders who take bold steps in shifting the balance of power or resource control often face significant resistance. It's a testament to how complex and high-stakes leadership can be, especially in regions with valuable resources.
So Burkina Faso, Mali, and Namibia were all 3 countries that forced France out of their country, right? And now you have Chad. The president of Chad, Mohamed Deby, ordered for France to get out of their country today. And it's going to be epic, y'all, because so many different countries and places in Africa are literally saying, fuck you, France. They're not allowing it anymore. And then this blackout that just happened in Europe is only the beginning. It's only the beginning.
Why are the Americans threatening Burkina Faso? Why is Trump going to back for the French and going after this guy? Why is the head of the U.S. AFRICOM, the Africa Command, talking about the need to secure Burkina Faso's resources? Because this guy is the boogeyman to European imperialism. He's a young black African Muslim Marxist who is digging out the French deep state in Africa. French colonialism never ended in Africa. The French have a very effective deep state in Africa. Through the banking system, through fake ownership of the natural resources of Africa, they have been able to maintain economic and political and military control over much of their former colonies. Most of the wealth of France is still stolen from Africa. The gold that fills their banks, the uranium that powers their metropolis, all of this is looted from Africa. When they pulled out, they installed a deep state with corrupt rulers that they could pay off in order to get resources for practically nothing. And Traore is ending that system. French created a banking system for Africa that gives France basic entire control over those nations' economies. The Africans actually have to borrow their own money at interest from France. The gold mines, the uranium mines, all the natural resources in these countries are treated as French property, and Traore has been making them property of the Burkina people. And as leader of the Alliance of Sahel States, his neighbors have been joining in on it. France has been getting driven out of Africa. Some good information on it. Check out the Al Jazeera documentary, The Gold Mafia, from Al Jazeera Investigates, or this Caspian Report video about how the French bank basically owns a bunch of African countries. Now, while Trump probably does not have any direct financial interest in the French Empire, there's what they always called the threat of a good example. The reason they tried to kill Fidel Castro so many times and blockaded Cuba was not just because of the loss of the banana fields and sugarcane fields. It was that if driving imperialism out of a country improves the standard of living in that country, then there's the threat of a good example of other countries replicating. So any country that dared to defy imperialism had to be severely punished. And what Brother Ibrahim has been doing and the Alliance of Sahel States have been doing has been improving the standard of living in their countries by using those resources for those countries, and that is a threat to imperialism worldwide. There's been something like 20 or 21 coup attempts or assassination attempts on him so far, and they're not going to stop. This guy is perhaps the single greatest threat to the imperialist world order right now. Tomorrow, April 30th, there's supposed to be a continent-wide protest for him across Africa. His cause is being taken up all over the continent, and it is a wonderful thing.
Like, seriously, lovelies, I like the fact that this has become a means to get together Black people. This is a means of uniting the entire Black people in the planet. It does not matter where you're from. It does not matter what kind of Black person you are. So far, you are melanin. I just believe that this revolution is going to, bridge the WAR between Africa, Black American, or Black people entirely. I hope and I believe that this thing going on with Burkina Faso is going to create room to destabilize any form of thing that the West have used to keep on dividing people that looks like me. Like, these people often use your own brother and sister to keep on keeping us all divided. And with all of this thing happening with Burkina Faso, every other person getting involved, Black Americans, Black people all over the Africa with their support and solidarity is just giving me a sense of, relief. Like, these people are not going to be able to manipulate us to dislike each other anymore. Like, there is this thing that is going on the social platform between the South African and Black Americans. I think they are having this discourse, which I don't really like getting myself involved with anything that will have to be that will have to bring division between a fellow Black person. I am not in for that. I am not in for anything division. I am all here for for unity. Like, I am hunger for that. I am not in for anything that will cause division within the Black people. I am not in for that. And thank goodness that misunderstanding between the Black Americans and the South Africans have been, have all been settled, and everybody is just apologizing to each other that, we shouldn't allow these Western people to keep us dividing, because they know that keeping us divided is going to create more wealth to them. It's for their own benefit. They want to keep African people, Black people divided in order to enrich themselves. And there is another thing I want to really clear. I posted a video 2 days ago talking about how the Ibrahim Traore, that's the president of Burkina Faso, creating awareness and room for anybody to come get the citizenship, especially if you're from diaspora or maybe Black Americans or what have you, if you really need a second citizen. I saw some commentaries where people were like, okay, like people were talking about the hospitality, people were talking about the housing, people were like, oh, I cannot leave the States. Like, people, I saw a comment where someone was like, it's a trick and all of that, how do you expect me to come to, you know, Burkina Faso and all of that. The thing is that when I posted that clip, there is a brother whom I think he organizes travels. I'll try as much as I can to make more research on that travel organization or what have you. So he organized travels to South Africa or to any African country for Black Americans in order to just for them to visit. This is what he does in his own platform. I have followed him for a while, and sometimes they travel 3 times in a year or 4 times in a year. So what he does is anytime he wants to travel to these African countries, he make it a public announcement. If you're a Black American or you want to visit any part of the African country, this is the country we are visiting this year. That he does that on a social platform. So I want to address something. So many people are like, okay, like about the citizenship. Nobody is saying that you should leave the state and relocate to Africa if you don't want to do that. Nobody is telling you to do that. It's not even if you are within yourself you don't want to do that. It's a cool thing not to get yourself involved with. The only thing I think is just something that you can actually think about is having a second option. I think the president is trying to, like, you know, give other Black people, you know, or Black Americans room to have 2 homes. You can be an American and still have a citizenship from any African country. It's not a bad thing. Like, for me, I don't think it's something that is wrong having a second option. Like, you can just choose to, like, you know, wake up one day, travel to visit and go back to the state or what, just for you to get you know, to get to know things. And if opportunity like that is within me and I can afford this, I don't think it's that there is something wrong with that. I saw so many people leaving commentaries that, okay, we're not, are you expecting us to relocate? No, nobody wants you to relocate. If you don't want, or if you've not planned for that, I think he's just trying to give a second option of dual citizenship. You can be an American and still be a citizen of one of the African countries. You can be an European and still want to have a dual citizen with any other country. I think this is what he's trying to do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there is anything wrong with that. Because somebody left a commentary, I was like, oh no, it's not as if he's inviting, you know, people from the West to come help him fight his battle. No, what I saw with all of the research I've been trying to, you know, put myself, he is trying to eradicate so many things that have been destroyed, that keep on putting Africa in the state that it is right now, then creating room for people who might probably, you know, want to come visit. He's just trying to, like, you know, make things good for everyone, for anybody Black. He's not trying to tell you to live where you're staying very comfortably, to relocate and help him fight. He just wants you to have a second option, you know, to have a citizenship. You know, there's no harm in being a dual citizen. There's no harm in being that. Like, to have it, if this other if one of your country is getting you upset, you can go to another of your country. Then when you are co-headed, you can go back. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. So I believe it's not a bad idea. If it's something one can afford, I think it's not a bad idea to do. So I posted that video 2 days ago, and the brother, who happens to be a Black American, you know, brother, I think he have all of the info about the visitation. He really encourages Black Americans to visit some of these African countries and go back. That's what his plan is. Actually a Black American brother, and what he does, he visit Africa or any other, you know, country and he does this group trip, which I think is a very good thing to do, or to get yourself involved. It's like, anyways, that's just what I want to correct, because the commenters was like, okay, you know how it is, but I just want to correct it. They are not telling you to leave wherever you are to come migrate. No, it is just a means of you to have a second option, maybe a second home in a motherland. Apart, you can have another home apart from West, and I think it's a cool thing to do, even if it's not for yourself, maybe for your children. Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. Like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.
Please subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. Like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.